Good afternoon. My name is Watanabe of ZKai, and today I would like to talk about handwriting by digital now and our services for FY 2022 in the education area. So first of all, let me introduce myself. 30 years ago in Kyoto, there was a lecture and I participated in that. And I started to become interested in the origin of the universe. And at graduate school, I majored in particle astrophysics, and I studied the origin of the universe. And I joined ZKai in 2001, and I was engaged in customer contact department such as the learning support and business strategy department for ICT services, and also I was in system development department, and now I'm involved in the development of data-driven solutions. And I left the space field, but in this Connected Inc., the theme is the space, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to present our services. And first of all, here are our agenda. I will talk about ZKai first of all. And for fostering real academic ability, rather than being taught and listening to the lecture, it is essential to solve problems by yourselves. And our founders' spirit is one practice is better than the 100 lectures. So our service started with the learnings by giving feedbacks in 1931, and this marks the 90th of our company, and our targets are infant to the adult, and our business includes correspondence education business and publishing, schools, and the classroom businesses and overseas business and assessment businesses. So we are a comprehensive educational service group. And recently, there is a vision proposed by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industries, and that's a classroom of the future, and the STEM of learning, and the independence and individual optimization of learning, and creation of a new learning foundation. There are these three concepts, and we have been selected as a participant in this demonstration project for 3 consecutive years, and we are promoting the development of real academic skills through the use of EdTech. And recently, together with Space DB and JAXA, we have developed the discovery method. That's a non-cognitive skill assessment program. And this program has been selected as the subsidy project for the introduction of EdTech by the Ministry of Economy and Trade and Industry, and in 2020 and 2021. And there is a phrase called per aspera ad astra, and you may know this from the movie of Ad Astra. And it is a Latin word that is printed as a Morse code on the golden record of the Voyager probe. And this is originally from a theater. And the literal translation is that overcome the difficulties and go to the stars. And it is also used as a motto to overcome difficulties to reach your destination, or overcome difficulties to reach glory. And it's not easy to make your dreams come true. And you have to suffer and struggle and hit the wall to reach your goal, and you overcome it to achieve your goal. And it's the same thing for studying. So ZKai supports you in your pursuit of your dreams. And together with Director Round Low, the nearest and farthest star, that's the title of our concept movie we created with the Director Round Low. And this one, I would like to talk about this nearest and the fastest star. The summer coast and collaboration with the director Round Low, we made this video. And the Round Low is a recent illustrator. Wacom's pen tablet is used by him very much. And this movie is the first movie by this director. And since last week, this was launched, and it's a 40-minute short movie. And in Ikebukuro and Shibuya, in Tokyo, you can see this movie. And if you are interested in this movie, please go and watch it after this event. And this is a 4-minute movie, and this is a 1-minute shortcut version, and please watch this.
私たちが見てるのは遠い昔に生まれた光。私、新しい星を見つけたい。今のあなたでは難しいと思うわ。香り？いつから星が見えなくなっちゃったのかな。
少しずつできるようになってるね。諦めないで頑張ろう。
私たちもいつか輝くのかな。多分もう光り始めてる。みんなそうなんだ。目には見えなくても。私ここにいるよ。私は新しい星を見つけたい。
はい、いかがでしたでしょうか。で、こちらがですね、
This is our concept movie. It's a 4-minute version. And on our official website, this is available. And in the introduction of the Summer Ghost movie, this is also presented. As you see in this movie, Zettokai is supporting people who are trying to make their dream come true. And I was also I had a dream of the space-related work before, so I have a sympathy with this movie very much. And here are our results of Zettokai. And university entrance exam are only one step, a milestone on the long road to your goal. And here are the track records of those who took the exam after receiving a program of Zettokai. And about half of the students who passed the entrance exam to Tokyo University have been enrolled in Zettokai. And many students who aim to enter difficult-to-reach universities and medical schools have taken the Zettokai course. And next, the current situation of the handwriting by digital. Let me talk about that. The Zettokai started our service with correspondent course by giving feedback, so the correctors and graders do not only check the answers, but also how did they think about their answers and at what point they got stuck and made mistakes. So the graders and checkers read between the lines of each answer, so not just writing the right answer. If the answer is not correct, they will give hints and tips on how to solve the problems. And even if the answer is correct, they will give you students advice on how to solve problems. So what should be done next time? And that guidance are given to students. And there is a phrase, a principle of fluidity and immutability. That's the idea of Haikai, and Zettokai also value that concept. So rather than 100 lectures, one practice is important. So we cherish the tradition of our service or learnings, but we also have introduced the ICT and new methods.
As one form of that, I would like to introduce something that we released this February. The touch panel, where you can use Wacom AES 2.0, there is this exclusive tablet pens for the exclusive use of our members. Also, at the same time, for the handwriting performance released a course for junior high students where they can learn using a web app equipped with Wacom's Will 3.0. The problems for checking and feedback, you can write in by using the stylus pen on an exclusive tablet and send them to submit them. You can write on like a paper by using the 10.1-inch tablet. At the ZKai booth, you will be able to actually touch this device. So it would be good if you could come to see it in our booth. About 6 months have passed since the release of this device or service. The ZKai, which has expertise on learning and guidance through its handwriting, learning, and various education service, and with Wacom, which has the superior technology on handwriting based on the accumulated digital data, we have started studies on a collaborative basis. And the aim is through DX to optimize the checking and feedback services. There are 3 stages for DX. The first is digitization. Here, by handwriting on the tablet, the answers that was on the paper has now been able to turn into digital data. And the next is digitalization. When done by paper, there has to be physical mailing of paper. But with digitalization, it is possible to shorten the time needed to return the correspondence. And with this, submittance ratio has improved significantly. And the last stage is digital transformation. By adding value through digitalization, not just the results, but the process can be visualized. As for the visualization of process, I would like to elaborate more on that aspect. The responses coming from the members, plus the expertise of ZKai and the technology of Wacom, with them all together, what was written as handwriting data and how they were written, that data will be accumulated. If on paper, the instructors can only see what's written on the paper. So where the student were stuck or which part he or she had written again by erasing his or her answer, that was not possible to see if on paper. But what was written and how it was written on the handwriting digital data, it is possible to obtain the information on those aspects. So we can now see the process of the students working on the responses. I would now like to introduce the service that we will release in fiscal year 2022. Firstly, in accordance with the high school official curriculum guidelines, like the junior high school students course, we will be releasing a course for high school students who will be learning through the web app, which has the Will 3.0 of Wacom for the handwriting part. We have the leaflet introducing that service, so if you could see them, that would be great. I will talk a little bit more about the tablet course for high school students. For the high school course, this is composed of 4 main functions. For all subjects, curriculum learning and the exercise for entrance exam and also the AI fast effect training utilizing that data. And there is also this AI program for specific build-up specialized in English. So now I will go into the specifics. For the curriculum learning, the characteristic is that it is an open curriculum. You can start from whichever part. The curriculum for the 3 years for the high school, it is possible to start in the order that you want. So you can look at the video or images and work on the learning or advanced steps or work on drills. And lastly, you will be outputting utilizing the check and feedback services. And what you have learned in your junior high school days, when you become a high school student, you will be also working on exercises for university entrance exams. After working on the introductory level works, you will be working on the problems at entrance exam level. And based on that result, you will be working on exercises to improve your level. Based on the result, there is this AI fast effect training. Here, based on the study log that you have achieved through the curriculum learning and exercise for the entrance exam, an automatic evaluation will be made depending on the proficiency, and by the adapting engine, adaptive or individually optimized learning is possible. And next is the checking and feedback. The answers that you have submitted and the ones that have been checked, you can see on your tablet. With the release of the high school course, the range for the high school students will also be accumulated as digital data. So we would like to aim for utilizing this service toward the preparation for university entrance exams. Lastly, about the individually focused AI program, the 4 skills for English is complying perfectly with CEFAR J. With the digital specific contents, you will be able to learn, and by the adaptive engine, you will be able to work on the problems that have been adopted individually at can-do level. And lastly, I would like to talk briefly about what we're aiming for toward the future. We believe that there will be more deepening of adaptive learning going forward. If learned through paper, unless the paper is submitted, you will not know to what extent the student is understanding about the subject. But with the digital learning, a vast amount of data will be accumulated, so it will be possible to know how much time it took or which part the student is not good at. And with the collaborative studies, we're trying to visualize the process on to what extent the student has understood the subject. Also, for the future objectives of the students, at ZETKAI, there are so many seniors who have gone through the ZETKAI services that have passed very difficult universities. So by comparing the study learning history of the seniors, you will be able to compare what needs to be done at this time, which means that by looking at the status of learning in the past, you will be able to know which part you should be reviewing. And also by comparing the history of learning by those people who have passed the university exams and your current learning status, you'll be able to know what you need to learn to meet your objectives. We believe that we can connect the past and the future and among the people and connecting to the trajectory excellence in education for future global leaders. This is the slogan of ZKai. This concludes the session by ZKai. Thank you very much for your